I've seen the darkness lurking at the edges of our world, the kind that doesn't just kill, it devours. This
time, it's not just me I have to protect. Every heartbeat, every breath, they're mine to defend, and I will fight until the last shadow fades. Edward, Renesmee, I will not hide in fear.
The return of Twilight in 2026, with the much-anticipated sixth installment, has reignited one of the most beloved and talked-about franchises of the 21st century. Fans who thought the saga had ended with Breaking Dawn Part 2 are now buzzing with excitement, ready to once again immerse themselves in the eternal world of love, vampires, werewolves, and destiny. Twilight 6 picks up years after the events of the last film, offering both nostalgia and a fresh continuation. For longtime fans, it's a chance to revisit characters they grew up with, and for new audiences, it's an opportunity to see a new chapter unfold in the epic fantasy romance. The overall feel of the film is darker, more mature, and deeply emotional, as it explores the next stage of Bella and Edward's eternal journey while introducing threats that go beyond anything they've faced before. The cast lineup brings back the familiar faces everyone has been longing to see. Kristen Stewart returns as Bella Swan, now fully comfortable in her immortal skin, balancing her role as a mother, wife, and powerful vampire. Robert Pattinson once again takes on the role of Edward Cullen, his presence as magnetic and brooding as ever, but now with added maturity as he protects both his family and the larger vampire community. Taylor Lautner is back as Jacob Black, the loyal wolf shifter whose bond with Renesmee continues to evolve into a love story of its own. Mackenzie Foy reprises her role as Renesmee Cullen, no longer the little girl audiences remember, but now a central figure in the narrative, caught between her hybrid nature and the expectations of both vampire and human worlds. The Cullen family is fully reunited, with Ashley Greene as Alice, Jackson Rathbone as Jasper, Kellen Lutz as Emmett, and Nikki Reed as Rosalie, each taking on pivotal roles in the new conflict. Michael Sheen also makes a chilling return as Arrow, hinting that the Volturi are not quite finished with the Cullens. Adding to the intrigue, several new characters from vampire covens around the globe make their first appearance, introducing a new layer of alliances, rivalries, and dangers. The storyline of Twilight 6 is where the real weight of the saga comes into play. Years have passed since the standoff with the Volturi, and the Cullen family has been living in relative peace. Bella and Edward are devoted to raising Renesmee, who is now nearing adulthood. She is extraordinary in every way, more gifted than even they imagined, her hybrid nature making her stronger and faster than most vampires, while her human qualities allow her to remain deeply empathetic. However, her uniqueness does not go unnoticed. Rumors of her power spread across the vampire world, drawing attention from both allies and enemies. Jacob, who remains by her side, struggles with his dual role as her protector and her destined partner, leading to moments of inner conflict. The Volturi, humiliated years earlier, begin to resurface with renewed vengeance. They see Renesmee not just as a threat, but as a potential weapon to bend to their will. What follows is a story of looming war, family bonds, forbidden love, and sacrifices that will test every character. The emotional center of the film lies in Renesmee's journey. Unlike her parents, who were thrust into the vampire world later in life, Renesmee has only ever known a life straddling two worlds. She longs to explore her independence, but she is constantly shadowed by danger and by the expectations of those around her. Her love story with Jacob deepens, but is also complicated by outside forces that question their bond. The trailer teases powerful moments where Renesmee confronts her identity, torn between her vampire side, her human heart, and the wolf protector who refuses to leave her side. This dynamic adds an entirely new layer of romance and intensity to the franchise, while still honoring the original love story of Bella and Edward. Action also takes center stage in Twilight 6 in ways the franchise has never seen before. The film elevates the scope of its battles, moving beyond small-scale conflicts into something more epic and cinematic. One of the key sequences teased in the trailer shows a massive confrontation between vampire covens in the snow-covered mountains, reminiscent of the final act of Breaking Dawn Part 2, but with higher stakes and a grander scale. The Volturi are not alone this time. They have recruited powerful new allies, including ancient vampires with unique abilities that rival the gifts of the Cullen family. On the other side, the Cullens rally their own supporters, bringing back familiar faces from across the globe, including some who stood by them during the last battle. The tension builds toward a climactic showdown that promises to push the saga into uncharted territory. What makes Twilight 6 especially engaging is its exploration of legacy. The love story between Bella and Edward remains as central as ever, but it is now filtered through their daughter and the life they have built together. Bella, once the fragile human desperate to join Edward's world, is now one of the strongest vampires alive, protecting her family with a ferocity that even Edward admires. Their relationship reflects years of growth, sacrifice, and unwavering devotion. At the same time, the story forces them to make difficult choices, as their eternal love is tested by forces beyond their control. Jacob's presence complicates this further, as his loyalty to Renesmee is absolute, even when it means risking his life or going against his own pack. These emotional threads weave together to create a story that is both thrilling and heartfelt, reminding audiences why Twilight captivated the world in the first place. The trailer for Twilight 6 has already given fans goosebumps. It opens with haunting visuals of Forks, Washington, shrouded in mist and rain, setting the tone for the return to where it all began. A voiceover from Bella reflects on the nature of eternity and the price of love, while quick flashes reveal glimpses of Renesmee running at superhuman speed through the forest, Jacob shifting midair to protect her from an unseen threat, and Edward confronting Arrow with chilling words that hint at a final reckoning. The footage also teases a tender scene between Bella and Edward on the porch of their home, a reminder that love is still at the center of everything, even as war looms on the horizon. The music builds from a soft piano melody into a sweeping orchestral score as the montage intensifies, showing vampire battles, fiery confrontations, and emotional embraces that leave fans desperate for more. The final shot of the trailer lingers on Renesmee, her eyes glowing faintly as she whispers that she knows what she must do, leaving viewers on edge about the choices she will make. Twilight 6 is slated for release in late 2026, perfectly timed for a holiday season debut. The decision to release it at the end of the year is no accident. It aligns with the franchise's history of drawing fans into theaters during the colder months, when its moody atmosphere feels most fitting. Early expectations suggest it will be one of the biggest box office draws of the year, uniting both longtime Twilight fans and a younger generation discovering the saga for the first time. The film promises to deliver everything audiences crave: romance, action, supernatural intrigue, and heartfelt storytelling, while also expanding the universe in meaningful ways. The return of Twilight is more than just another sequel. It's a cultural moment, a reminder of the impact this saga had when it first appeared, and how its themes of eternal love, choice, and belonging continue to resonate. With the original cast returning, new characters enriching the story, and a plot that raises the stakes higher than ever, Twilight 6 feels both nostalgic and groundbreaking. The trailer makes it clear that this is not simply a retread of past events, but a bold continuation that honors the past while daring to explore the future. As the release date approaches, anticipation will only grow, and fans will once again line up, eager to relive the magic of Forks, the intensity of vampire battles, and the timeless love story that has defined a generation. Twilight 6 is set to remind the world why this saga remains unforgettable, and why its story is far from over.